Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I've got a really exciting video for you. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be showing you 5 really simple things to cook in your air fryer that you might not have tried before. And the best part about this video is that I am working in partnership with Cosori. So if you've been a long time follower of my channel, you might remember that the very first air fryer I ever got was actually a Cosori air fryer. I did several videos on it and I raved about it a lot. So Cosori kindly reached out to me and they have sent me not one but 2 dual blaze 6.4 litre air fryers. So I'm going to review this one for you and then I'm going to give you some details at the end of this video of how you can win the other one. And I've got it here now. It's actually sitting out in my conservatory, so it's here in person, in air fryer, ready to post to you, and it's going to be really simple for you to win. So if you're interested in that, make sure to stick around. I'm going to be carrying it to the post office myself and sending it off, so make sure to stick around and find out at the end of the video how to win it. So this is the Cosori 6.4 litre. It is very sleek looking. It fits nicely into your kitchen. It's not too out there or over the top. It just blends into the background. So I've got the box here. One of you is going to win one of these. I still can't believe it. So basically I will show you the box. It's big. So it's got 360 Thermo IQ technology and dual heated elements. And it says they cook up to 2 times faster than a conventional oven. So if you put your oven on for 40 minutes, this is only going to take 20, which is going to save so much power because they also draw a lot less power than a conventional oven. It's going to cook more food in just minutes, and the basket's got 6.4 litre capacity. There are 12 customizable presets, which are these all along the top here, which I will show you once we start cooking. The best thing about the dual element is, other than the fact that it cooks so much quicker, you don't have to shake it, you don't have to turn stuff over because it's going to heat from the top and bottom. It's also got, rather than just being an air fryer, it's actually also got like a grilling function, so you can just crisp stuff up on the top rather than cooking all the way through if that's what you're after. Obviously we all know air fryers basically came around because people wanted to cook food that you would normally deep fry without the oil, and air fryers use very minimal, and quite often I don't use any oil at all in my cooking, and that's a huge benefit. We're all trying to stay a little bit healthier. Maybe very quality materials. There's an aluminium basket which is actually triple thickness, and the best bit, actually it's all best bits, but one of my favourites is that the non-stick basket and the crisper plate can go in the dishwasher. That is one of my pet peeves, when you get something for the kitchen you realise you've got to wash it by hand. I just hate it. It's got an overheat protection, and it will automatically shut off if it's getting too hot, and comes with a 2-year warranty, a 2-year warranty. Obviously when you order from Cosori, and I am going to leave this particular model linked in the description box down below, you get a package. They always package their stuff so nicely. It's really bright today, it's lovely sunshine. They package stuff really nicely, so you get this little envelope, and in it we've got a user manual, which to be honest you don't really need. They are so simple to use. You really don't need to worry about cooking things in your air fryer. They are not a scary thing to use. They're so simple, which I'm going to show you. You can just put things in and try them. You don't really need to worry about what to cook, but if you were, you've actually got a recipe book here, and it's got some really creative things in it, to be honest. And you've also got your little 2-year warranty card. So I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to take you through 5 different things that you can make. Some are favourites that I've made before, and some are things I've never even tried, so fingers crossed it goes well. So, so here's the box. It's huge. So I will tell you more about the air fryer as we go along and the different functions and things. But remember, if you're interested in winning one of these for yourself, please stick around to the end of the video and I will give you the details. And I'm so happy and so thankful to Cosori for sponsoring this video and making it possible for me to be able to send one of these out to you guys, because I just love giving things away. So before we get into our first recipe, I just want to show you like the control panel. I love how sleek, modern looking it is. So you can just switch it on right here. And as you can see, you've got your presets. So you've got chicken, steak, seafood, veggies, fries, frozen. Then on the other side, you've got buttons for air fry, reheat, roast, keep warm, bake, or broil. So you've got so many more functions than just air fry. Of course you can just air fry it. This has popped up straight away when you turn it on at 180 degrees for 10 minutes. If you can see any flickering at all, that is the interference on the camera. It's nothing to do with the machine itself. To the human eye, there is no flickering. This is the crisper tray. So this is removable. What I really like about it, apart from the fact that it is so easy to clean, I actually got like rubbers on each corner, which means that it sits in there really nicely evenly and firmly. That means that when you try and get your food and that out, your basket isn't necessarily going to fall straight out onto your plate, which is an issue I've had with other air fryers, the basket just tipping onto the plate. This is so solidly made as well. It's not thin, it doesn't flex at all. Like I said, the basket is triple thickness aluminium, and you can just tell it's good quality. So before I get it all hot and don't want to be sticking my head in, obviously I don't recommend you stick your arms anywhere near these parts of an air fryer. This is completely cold. So you've got your bottom heating element there, and then if I tilt you up, you've also got one at the top, which means that, like I said, this is twice as efficient and it will cook a lot quicker and things will cook much more evenly, and it's still going to be cheaper than a conventional oven. Don't be concerned into thinking that the two heating elements are going to cost you more to run, because it won't, because the food's actually going to be cooked a lot quicker. So without any more of the boring stuff, let's get around to cooking something. Now, I'm going to put my basket back in. This basket really does sit nice and snugly, and like you can literally lift it up, so it's not just going to slip out. Like I said, I've had it happen quite a few times. It's very frustrating. So for this recipe, we're going to be making Mexican. So I'm doing this chicken tinga. You could use fajita seasoning, you could use taco seasoning. I have various ones. I'm using tinga, same kind of principle as fajitas. We're going to put it in a wrap. We're going to use sliced chicken. We've got red pepper and green pepper. This is something I have not cooked in an air fryer, but I thought, why not? Let's do some different things, because if I don't have to stand over a stove watching, so oh my goodness, this smells so good. Oh, I love it. This is paprika, smoked paprika, chili powder, onion, garlic, red chili, oregano, yeast extract, dried parsley, black pepper. This smells so good. Yeah, chicken, peppers, seasoning. We're going to mix it together, and like I said, I don't have to stand and watch it cook. I can put it on and go and get on with everything else. Now you will notice all these recipes always say add oil, mix in oil, coat in oil. I don't cook very often with oil, so air fryers are absolutely perfect for me, because I just don't use oil if it's not necessary. You can see that the coating is sticking to everything. Just the moisture from the chicken and peppers themselves is enough to get it to stick. What I will do is spray the crisper plate, which is still a ton less oil than you would normally use. So it's this simple. That's taken me about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to spray my crisper plate. I've got an organic coconut oil. There's loads of these around. It doesn't really matter which one you use. We're just going to give it a few sprays so that it doesn't stick. I'm going to pop my mix straight in here. And we will test out some of the different functions. Wow, you can get so much in this basket. That looks very colourful and it smells amazing. So we're just going to shut that. I guess we could use the chicken setting, but to start with, I'm just going to use air fry, which is already selected. We've got 180 for 10 minutes. You can manually turn it up. I'm going to go 190 just because I wanted to press the buttons, and I'm going to press play. And there we go. So here we are. It literally took 10 minutes. Look how beautiful that looks. All crispy and sizzling, and it smells amazing. I cannot get over how quickly that cooked. That is 10 minutes, and that chicken is perfectly tender. Obviously I'm going to make sure it's cooked, so I'm going to cut it open, but I will show you it in a second. See how tender it still is? Perfect. So when you remove the crisper plate, all your liquid, or if you have got any fat in any of the meats you're cooking, if you were cooking burgers or sausages would sit on the crisper plate, and then underneath all your fat would drip out and keep your sausages out of it. So even if you're not adding fat, the foods that have already got fat will drip through to the bottom. Things like chicken that's got skin on, anything that you need to remove the fat from, it will all collect in here. And this is dishwasher safe as well. So you've guessed it, we're gonna do my famous, well they're not famous, they're famous in this house, Scotch eggs. I always do my Scotch eggs in the air fryer. What I have never done, however, is boiled kind of boiled the eggs in an air fryer. Apparently you can do this, you can put your eggs in the air fryer and they will come out as if you have boiled them. So I'm going to pop 5 eggs in here. Like I said, it's massive, you could put loads in. I'm going to pop 5 in because that's what I need. And then I'm going to pop these in as they are. We're going to go 150 for 10 minutes. So I've put my eggs straight into some cold water so that they stop cooking. I'm going to let them cool down while I mix together the mince for the Scotch egg coating. And then once they've cooled down, I'm going to peel them, and fingers crossed they're going to be slightly soft yolks with a nice firm white. So to make my Scotch egg mixture, I use 100 grams of mince per egg, and I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of garlic granules, 1 tablespoon of onion granules. I'm going to put 2 big tablespoons of sage because I love sage and it goes so well with pork mince. And then as much black pepper as you can handle, or as much as you like. I put loads because I love black pepper. And then you're just going to mix this all together. We're going to divide it into 5 balls. Basically pop our eggs in the balls. We form the meat around them and then we'll get on to the next stage. So after peeling my eggs, and I'm not going to lie, I do have issues with peeling boiled eggs. I have peeled off some of the actual egg. But judging by the feel of them, I would say they feel like they're going to be quite soft in the middle. So I have mixed together all my seasonings that I said before, and I have rolled this into roughly 100 gram balls. All we're going to do now is gently make a little nest with each pork ball, pop an egg in it and roll them around it. So here are my 5 little Scotch eggs all rolled up nicely. I've just beaten an egg in this bowl to help my mixture stick to the outside, and then I've got some breadcrumbs. Well, it's not breadcrumbs, it's actually sage and onion stuffing mix. Bear with me here. I already said sage really goes well with pork, and the stuffing just gives it an extra crunch and flavour. So all I'm going to do is roll my, this is really messy, roll my little Scotch eggs in their egg mixture. Make sure they're nice and coated, and then just dip them straight into my stuffing mix, roll them around, and we're good to go. So here are my Scotch eggs ready to go in. This is one of the things I love about the air fryer. You can chuck in pretty much anything. You can do your normal chips, you can do chicken nuggets, you can do hot dogs, you can do all of those like convenience foods if that's what you want. But if you're someone who wants to cook a little bit more, or try your hand at making things that you wouldn't normally try, you can do that as well. So I kind of wanted to show a little bit of the other side of air frying. It doesn't always have to be frozen chips and chicken nuggets, but those are equally good things to cook in an air fryer. So my Scotch eggs are going to go in. Whoa, I'm going to take the basket out, otherwise they're going to roll away. Come on Vicky, use your brain, they're round. My goodness, the size of it. I cannot believe I can get them all in at once. The other thing I haven't mentioned about this particular model of air fryer, which is the 6.4 litre dual blaze, is that there's actually an app. So if you're kind of like a techie person, I know my husband is going to download the app and I guarantee he's going to use it. So it can connect to the app, and then you can use the app to control the air fryer. There's recipes on there and you can follow the recipe, put your ingredients in and then control it from an app. I mean, what is this world coming to, that we can even use an app to control our air fryers? I believe you can change temperatures and timings and all sorts of different things. So we're going to switch this on. I usually give my Scotch eggs 15 minutes. So we're going to go up to 15 and then I'm going to up them to 200 degrees. So we're going to go 200 degrees for 15 minutes. There we go. So this is what our Scotch eggs will look like when they've come out the air fryer. When you coat them in the stuffing mixture, you always get one that doesn't quite coat with all the crispy bits because it's the end of the egg mixture and there's just not enough, and then the others have kind of nicked all the crispiness. So this one's a bit bald, but what we're going to do now is cut one open. They have gone really nice and crispy. It's just my favourite thing. I absolutely love them. Which one should we cut open? I don't know, let me get a knife. Okay, I'm going to go in. Oh yes, look at that. Is that not just perfection? The yolk is still slightly soft. The pork mince is really nicely seasoned. I would possibly have them even slightly less cooked, but it's very, very personal. I am very happy with that. If you have not tried homemade Scotch eggs, especially homemade Scotch eggs in the air fryer, I really recommend it. They are so filling, they're really high protein, they're really good for you, and you can do your boiled eggs in the air fryer as well. So next up, I'm going to cook some salmon. I know people are really funny about cooking fish in air fryers. I think people worry it's either going to come out overcooked and be ruined, or it's not going to be cooked enough. I absolutely love my air fryers for doing salmon, especially because you can leave the skin on and it goes really nice and crispy. Whether you eat the skin or not, it makes it really easy to remove, or it's nice and crispy if you do want to eat it. What I'm going to do here, I've got 2 pieces of salmon, which I've just sprinkled some smoked paprika and a few chili flakes on top. I've got some asparagus that I'm going to pop in as well, because asparagus doesn't take very long to cook either. Things like this are really easy. If you just want to boil up a few potatoes as well, then you've got your whole meal made. So what I'm going to do, instead of guessing, so I'm actually going to use the preset for seafood, and we'll see what happens on this one. So preset for seafood takes it down to 190 degrees in 8 minutes. And I'll pop my asparagus in. The asparagus has just got some coconut oil and some garlic granules, and that should cook the seafood perfectly. Can we just talk about the perfection? That is 8 minutes of cooking time. That asparagus, I just want to dive in and eat it right now. The salmon just looks amazing. I'm very, very impressed. I'm actually going to cut a piece open, so you don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to put it on a plate first, otherwise this is going to be messy. Okay, first of all, perfect crispy skin. Look at that. You can hear it crunch. We're gonna go straight down the middle. I feel like I'm ruining it, but for the purposes of the video, we have a perfectly cooked salmon. Now it's cooked all the way through. It hasn't dried out, you can see it's still moisture there. I'm really not good at cutting this. It feels such a shame to do this to such a beautiful piece of fish, but there we go. Salmon is beautifully pink inside, but it hasn't gone dry. If I just push it slightly, you can see it's still very, very tender. The skin is crispy, you can hear it. So another example of what you can cook in your air fryer. The salmon just tastes perfect. I have to admit, there is a little bit missing because I've just eaten a piece. And the dogs are very happy with the skin as well. That has just come out perfection. Again, I just left it alone and wandered off. Didn't have to keep an eye on it. It's not dry at all, it's perfectly cooked through the middle, so another win for the air fryer. So I may have done pita bread pizzas in the air fryer before, but I have never showed you this pizza in the air fryer before. So this is a method I use on my channel all the time. I use it for flatbreads, naan breads, wraps. I use it for pizza bases. It is so simple. Obviously the dog is snoring because that's what she does when I record videos. So we've got 150 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt, 150 grams of self-raising flour. That is it. Doesn't matter how many you want to make, you just have equal parts of both ingredients. So 300 grams of flour, 300 grams of yogurt, 400 grams, 400 grams. As long as they're equal, this works amazingly. So let me demonstrate. So all we do, flour, yogurt, mix. I'm gonna have to get my hands dirty. It is that simple. There's your pizza dough. That took me, I probably should have timed it. Took me, I don't know, 30 seconds. We have homemade pizza dough. None of this faffing around with yeast. So we're gonna get a little bit more self-raising flour. We're gonna roll our dough in it. So we're gonna kind of give it a little bit of a knead, not because we have to, but it looks good. Looks like something we should do. And what I'm gonna try and do is roll this to roughly the size of the air fryer basket. This is an individual pizza, and this is gonna be so good. I'm gonna use the base plate as a guide to see if it will fit. Pretty much. Now obviously you can add whatever toppings you like. I am a huge fan, I've recently discovered, of smoked salmon on pizza, but we're not fancy, we haven't got smoked salmon. So we are going to go with some cheese, some tomato puree, some pepperoni, you know, whatever I've got in the fridge, because that's what makes things taste good, when you just use up stuff that you haven't had to go out and get especially. So I am going to go in with some tomato puree. Cream cheese is a really good topping for a pizza. If you don't like tomato puree, if you're not keen on tomatoes, definitely recommend using like a soft cream cheese instead. I'm gonna add mushroom. Joy of pizza is that you can put what you like. My boys would definitely be adding hot dogs to this because they like to put hot dogs on pretty much every pizza they make. I've got tomatoes, pepperoni. Shall I leave it big like that? I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of garlic. Most important ingredient. I'm going to spray my basket. I'm not going to use the crisper plate for this. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm just going to put my pizza straight on here. Okay. This, maybe I should have done it on the crisper plate. There we go. We got it in. In hindsight, and there is always hindsight in life, it teaches us lessons. I should have put the dough in here, then put my toppings on whilst it was in here. Because obviously it's going to crisp up and I'll be able to get it out, fingers crossed. But get my nice air fryer all floury. So I'm going to go 200 degrees for a pizza because I think that will probably be perfect. We will see. I can hear sizzling. Oh my goodness, is all I can say. Wow, look at that. Moment of truth, is it stuck? Oh wow, no, it's not stuck. Maybe I should have got a plate there. That just slides straight out. Unbelievable. But what can I say? 10-minute pizza from scratch. You could have put any toppings you want on here. Tomato puree is very concentrated, so it does catch when it's cooked. That's where it's gone darker because the tomato puree. You look, if I turn this over, obviously all the toppings are going to fall off, but I don't care. I wanted to show you. Look at that base. That is a crispy pizza bottom. Oh wow, the toppings didn't fall off. And then you've just got that beautiful bread like crust. It's even got the little doughy air holes in. That's probably cost pence to make, and I literally mean pence. If my boys walked in the door now, they would devour that. Look at the bubbles in there. It's just amazing. You could make it thick. I love thin bases. I'm not a thick crust kind of girl. You could definitely make this a lot thicker if you wanted to. The only thing that could possibly add to the beauty of this pizza is a little bit of oregano sprinkled on the top just after cooking. If you don't do this to your homemade pizzas, who even are you? And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot. And some chili flakes would be good too. Now that pizza is next level. Oh, that smells so good. I feel like it smells like I've just walked into a pizza restaurant. So we've made our savoury dishes, but I know what you're all here for. You all want to know if you can make the important stuff in an air fryer. What's the important stuff? Cookies. And not the faffing around with eggs and flour and all that stuff kind of cookies. These are 3 ingredients. Might lie, might add 4. You're going to want some oats, 2 bananas that are kind of going a bit squishy, and some peanut butter. All we're going to do is put half a cup of peanut butter, or this is roughly 100 grams. We are going to use 2 cups of oats, which is about 200 grams, and 2 ripe bananas, or overripe bananas. So I want 2 of these. I've just weighed them out for you so you don't have to, because in the UK we don't tend to work in cups. I just happen to have these cup measurement things. So we also need to add in 100 grams or half a cup of peanut butter. We have a tripod. It'll make life easier. Half a cup of peanut butter, and then we're going to mash our bananas and add those in as well. We are going to add a banana in with our oats and our peanut butter. Now, the recipe says that chocolate chips are optional. I mean, it's not really optional to add chocolate, is it? It's kind of like a necessity. I don't have chocolate chips because I used them in my last baking recipe, but I do have some dark chocolate. That belongs to Steve, but he'll never know. I mean, to be fair, he's going to eat the cookies, isn't he? So we are going to put some dark chocolate in here. You could add vanilla extract, you could add a little pinch of salt. I'm making a mess. So I'm going to add in dark chocolate, very kindly donated, even though he doesn't realise, by my husband. Come to think of it, I might have white chocolate chips. Do you think they'd go with dark chocolate? I don't see why not. Okay, I found white chocolate chips. They're going in as well. Mix them in. So I've rolled them into 8 balls, and now apparently I just place them on the bottom here, and then I've sprayed the bottom slightly. Pat them into a cookie shape. Don't know why we put them in balls if we now pat them into a cookie shape. But there we go, we're going to give it a try. These are so simple. I've timed this either really badly or really well because my boys are due home from school very, very shortly. They'll come home to the smell of cookies baking and eat them all before I even get a chance to show you. I'm now going to pop these in. So I think because we're doing cookies, I'm going to try the bake function. So I'm going to go 175, like it. 175. And I'm going to take it down to 10. 10. I'm going to try the bake function. Let's see what it does to the cookies. Can you hear that sizzle? It's so satisfying. And I was just about to touch it with my hand then, that would be silly. They just slide. I had this really horrible feeling they were all going to be stuck. They just slide. Look. Cookie. Air fryer cookie. And there's possibly 7 minutes until my boys get home from school, so I'm going to put them on a plate. So I'm going to put them on a plate really, really quickly, so they look a bit prettier, but I am very happy. If you wanted to make these vegan, you can either leave out the chocolate or use vegan chocolate, because obviously they're just peanut butter, banana and oats. And peanut butter could be substituted with an almond butter or a cashew butter. I love this. I mean, ow. Look at the bottom. Sticky, look at that sticky, glistening chocolate. These look really good. I am very, very impressed. So you can even do cookies in your air fryer. You need to stick around for more air fryer content because this has just inspired me. I want to try everything. I want to make cakes, like puddings. I want to push air fryers to a new level. You name it, I'm going to try and cook it in an air fryer. I feel like, I'm not going to lie, not blow my own trumpet, my boys are going to come into a house that smells of freshly baked cookies. I mean, mum points or what? That is not a thing they normally come into me looking dishevelled and stressed and hassled and trying to finish all my work before they get in the door. So to walk in and me to just be, you know, hello boys, how was school? Would you like a glass of milk? We probably haven't even got any milk. Have a cookie. Can you tell I'm pleased? I'm going to try one. I'll let you know the verdict if I'm quick enough. So I really hope that this video has been helpful and maybe given you some new ideas on what to cook in an air fryer. I will leave this particular model linked in the description box below. Make sure you go and take a look. I absolutely love it. It is my favourite air fryer to date, and I really, really do recommend Cosori as a brand. I have used them for years and years, so that's linked in the description box. Now, if you would like to win this exact, well, not this model, the exact same model as this, but the brand new one that I've got sealed in my conservatory, then this competition is open to UK mainland residents only. It is a massive box and extremely heavy, and it's just not viable for that to be posted overseas. But if you are in the UK mainland, all you need to do is, firstly, you have to be subscribed to this channel. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I will be checking. So don't be pretending you're subscribed when you're not. I will be making sure you're subscribed. And in the comments section of this video, I just want you to write Cosori Jewel Blaze. I'll pop it up on the screen. So leave a comment saying Cosori Jewel Blaze down in the comments. I will then enter all of those comments into a random comment picker. This will select one of you at complete random to find out if you've won. This is the very important part. I will leave the competition open for 7 days. So I'll give you 7 days to watch this video, to get your comment in, and then after 7 days I will draw a winner. So in 7 days time, once I've drawn the winner, I will announce it on my community page. So I'll show you right now exactly where the community page is in case you're not familiar. Basically every channel has a section where they have their videos, their playlists, they have a little bit about themselves, and they have a community page. If you click on that, you will get messages that I just type out, just like a little notice that I'll put up now and again. I'll show you it on the screen now. Head on over there in 7 days time from the date of this video, and I will announce the winner in there. I will also reply back to your comment that you've left. So once I've chosen a winner, I'll put it on my community page. I will reply to the comment of the winner, so make sure your notifications are turned on. The only thing the winner will have to do will be send me an email with their name and address. Unfortunately, these days there seem to be a hell of a lot of scams surrounding giveaways and things. I will never ask you for any personal details other than your name and address. I will not ask for bank details. I will not ask security questions. I will not ask for any money ever. You will never be asked to give money or pay something or give bank details. So the best way to verify if you do get a comment saying you've won, please contact me, is to head on over to my community page. The only person that can create a post on my community page is me. So if you go over there and it also says you've won, send me an email, but I will never ask for bank details or money or anything to be sent to me in that way. It will literally be your name and address so I can send this to you. So hopefully that's all very clear. I will leave everything typed in the description box down below this video, so the details of entering, what you've got to do, how I'm going to announce the winner, when the competition will close, all that kind of thing. All the T's and C's and the boring stuff will be down in the description box, along with a link to this air fryer. So if you want to go and check it out, highly recommend it. And thank you so much to Cosori for sponsoring this video. It honestly is a dream to work with brands like this. So good luck to everyone who enters, and I'll be back really soon with another video. Take care, guys.
Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too.